Hello, friends. How do you get to Billionaire's Row in San Francisco? You gotta walk up the Lyon Street Steps. Let's go. Yes, we are going to explore Billionaire's Row today here in the city of San Francisco. It is Wednesday, September 25th. The time is around 10:30 a.m. and it's a cool day today in the city, 61 degrees Fahrenheit. And we are on Lyon Street, and we're going to be walking all the way up this very massive staircase, one of several staircases. As you can see, there's another staircase that I didn't bother walking down. It goes down to that street below there, if you can see. And yeah, it's a very, very long staircase, as is this one. There are many, many staircases in the city to get you through the hills. And look at this mansion right here, perched right on the Lyon Street Steps. Beautiful brick mansion with some interesting, oh, it has a cool heart ornament here. Very cool little heart with like a Pegasus on this beautifully manicured front lawn here, or front yard. You can tell that this is, we're getting up to Billionaires. I bet you, I think one might even include that mansion right there as part of Billionaires Row. It's right on the Lyon Street Steps. As we're approaching, let me get on the other side of the stairs here. As we are approaching a supreme mansion here with windows galore. I could only imagine the natural light just flying into that home at all hours of the day. What a beautiful, beautiful mansion right there. That's got to be at least 30 million bucks. Of course, we're in the Pacific Heights neighborhood, the ritziest, wealthiest part of town. Well, kind of. I mean, not all of it is, but I mean, there are kind of richer neighborhoods, like Presidio Terrace is pretty affluent, Presidio Heights. But Pacific Heights is a large neighborhood filled with rich mansions, and Billionaires Row is within Pacific Heights. As you can see, these stairs beautifully lined with very nice landscaping. As you look down to the city from this perch, and that dome there is the Palace of Fine Arts, a massive structure where I just did a video from, so you can check that out on my channel, the Palace of Fine Arts, as we continue up the Lyon Street Steps. This guy even has a sunroom up there, a little outdoor sunroom where you can hang out, but it's covered, so it's perfect. You can keep it nice and warm at night and even hang out there at night and look at the stars. It's covered with a glass roof. That guy has a real, or gal, has a real nice house in a very, very posh neighborhood. As we finally make it up to the top of the Lyon Street Steps, and we arrive at the corner of Broadway and Lyon Street.
But it's too early.
And you see a massive mansion at the corner.
Just as specific as
This is officially Billionaires Row. And this mansion right here is really one of the standout ones here. 2990 Broadway. This is a very stately mansion here. Has that old school look to it. Very like English style. Next door is a more Spanish, California style.
When it falls over, it blocks.
It's beautiful. You got that orange stucco Spanish feel. And then across the street, got another same color one with massive windows, tons of windows. These guys know that natural light is very important. This one doesn't have massive windows, but it does have big windows, 3 and 3, with little balconies that I think kind of big enough. Well, I'd sit on the top one there, hang out. And another brick mansion with a gate out front. They don't fool around here. They even have a keypad right there. This is like serious money around here, right? These are $30 million homes. That one's kind of obscured by trees, but look how high these houses are sitting. Like, there's the sidewalk. Then you've got like at least an 8-foot wall, retaining wall. And then you've got dirt, and then you've got like the house on top. So you've got, these things are sitting about 15, 20 feet above the ground before they even get to the front door. They must have basements. I would assume they have basements. I'm not sure. I need to find out if these mansions have basements. I'm very curious about that. Do they have finished basements? This guy has such a huge hedge out front, you can't even see his house. There's another famous home in San Francisco known as the Spreckles Mansion, which isn't in, it's not that far from here. I could probably walk there in like 30-40 minutes, but it's owned by Danielle Steele, and it's in a beautiful old mansion that's been around for a long time. But she has this massive, massive hedge out front that you can't even see the beauty of the mansion at all. It's such a shame. They call it Danielle Steele's Bush. What do you guys think of this one? Look at that staircase, right? Look at that staircase. It goes all the way up to the top. I mean, that in itself is like the Lyon Street Steps. You even got a lady who's cleaning the windows up there. Look at all the windows up in this home. Look at that staircase. It goes up to there, and then it keeps going all the way up to there. With that beautiful railing and everything. Oh my, look at that mansion. And then across the street, another gorgeous one. And look at the height of these suckers. I mean, that thing up there has got to be at least like, I don't know, 100 feet up, the very top of the roof, or from where I'm standing. Maybe less than 100, but as you see. Okay, now, one thing about living here on Billionaire's Row is that you are very high up. I don't know if this is really showing how graded this is, but the chances of somebody walking up or down this steep cliff right here is almost slim and none. I don't even think I could walk down it without rolling down, and I don't think I could walk up it without mountain hiking gear. I mean, that thing should definitely be a staircase. These people don't walk though, so, well, maybe they do, but not up and down that ramp. They don't. Now, see, this one here does have a staircase. So that one right beside there's no staircase, but this one they did build a staircase. So if you want to get down to that road down there, this is how you get down. Do not even attempt to take that massive bobsled ramp or whatever that thing is. That house is very big and unusual style for this area. I mean, that's kind of something you'd see like out in the country maybe, but they decided to go with black, huh? This place is very nice. I like the look of this one. These are single family homes. These are for people with ultra wealth who would only own this as probably their second, third, fourth, or maybe fifth home. Gorgeous. That guy has some nice balconies right there. That balcony right there, that is quite the outdoor patio where you can actually enjoy your time. And you can see there's a massive chandelier in the window, and it's on right now. Another gate here. They're like, no one's coming around this neighborhood and just walking into our property. This guy has stainless steel garage doors. Look at this. On his very nice mansion here. That one's more modern. Got a very large robot out front, looks like. Not sure why, but I guess it's cool. When you have large gates like this on these homes, you know that there is some serious money here. Now we are coming up to a gigantic home here on the corner lot. This is a beast of a home right here. Let's look at it better from the corner if possible. I mean, when you have pillars that big on the front of your home, I mean, those are massive pillars, okay, for a house. You know you've made it, you know what I mean, when you own a house that looks like that. And then across the street, another huge mansion. Look at all those windows on the side. 2, 4, 6, 8. They've got 24 windows just on that side wall. And then in the front, they've got another 8, 6 small ones and 2 massive rounded ones. Oh boy. I'm not a huge fan of the color of that facade, but whew, that's a big house right there. Go ahead.
Okay. No, I'm going down.
Oh wow. Now look at this street. Talk about a crooked street, okay? Talk about a crooked street. I showed you before on my video the crookedest street in the world. Well, this one comes certainly close. Look at this. Now this only has 1, 2, 3, 4 switchbacks as opposed to Lombard Street, which has 8, but look at this. Look how crooked this is. And this is for driving. You can tell there's a stop sign right here. Well, stop. There's actually no sign. It just says stop on the ground. And then another ramp basically I guess if you had a skateboard and you wanted to go on here, you could get down. You could be like, by the time you're at the bottom, you're going at least like 100 miles an hour. This is a more stately mansion here. Out front, they've got a notice of public hearing. What's that say? Oh, the proposal is to enlarge existing bay windows. Oh, they want to do some work on the home. So they have to have a public hearing because these are historic homes. So you can't just apply for a permit and, I mean, you do go to apply for a permit, but then people from the community can actually voice their concerns about you changing the home. Now these ones are nice, but I feel like they don't really fit into Billionaire's Row. This is Billionaire's Row, okay? Those two guys need to be redone. This guy too, very nice home, but not suitable for Billionaire's Row. Needs to be much bigger and more grand, like the one we have here. Now this is what you call a mansion, okay? This is what you call a mansion, friends. Two, 4, 6, 8, probably 16 windows, 15 windows on the side. No, not to mention those ones there. And then also at the top, tons of natural light filtering into that's a remarkable mansion right there. This one's very beautiful too. And this one is very nice too. Reach Divisadero Street. I mean, just look at the size of that corner. Look at the top there. Look at that beautiful roof deck up there where you can have some sweet ass parties. Beautiful view of the city from here. Absolutely gorgeous. Pacific Heights is a wonderful neighborhood. It's mostly residential, but there is some commercial activity on Fillmore Street. So originally the millionaires of San Francisco, they wouldn't have been billionaires back in the 1800s, but the millionaires of the 1800s, they built their homes in Nob Hill originally, which is a very elevated part of downtown, one of the highest points of downtown. But then the Great Fire of 1906 basically destroyed all of Nob Hill, and much of San Francisco, to be honest with you, is one of the most devastating natural disasters in world history. It's the great earthquake and fire of 1906. Because it was an earthquake, but the fires lasted 4 days after the earthquake hit. So that's what destroyed the city. The earthquake did some damage, of course, but we'll head down Scott Street. See some really nice homes here too. Not sure if this still counts as Billionaire's Row. I think it's a short, it's not a huge neighborhood, Billionaire's Row. I think once I turned off Broadway, that's kind of where it ends. But if you live next to Billionaire's Row, trust me, you're still doing well for yourself, because these mansions ain't no slouch right here. I mean, look at this one on the corner coming up. Just beautiful views from here. And Pacific Heights, another reason probably why. So after Nob Hill was destroyed, all the millionaires moved to Pacific Heights. They're like, yeah, we're not going to go, we're not rebuilding in Nob Hills. But what they did build, or I don't know if it was the same people or other people came along, and they built massive hotels like the Fairmont Hotel and the Mark Hopkins Hotel. Mark Hopkins is one of the millionaires. That was one of the richest men in San Francisco back in the day, one of the railroad magnates. The railroads magnates were sort of like the Bill Gates and Elon Musks of the 1800s. They called them railroad barons. They were no nonsense guys. The guys who ran the railroads, they were tough dudes. When their employees tried to go on strike, they were harsh. Looks like there's a Japanese flag here. At the corner of Divisadero and Vallejo. I wonder if this is a Japanese consulate. It's a beautiful building. Definitely an old mansion. Is there a sign anywhere? No? It just has a Japanese flag in front. No signage anywhere, but with that flag there, I would imagine it's a consulate. magnificent homes as well here in Vallejo. This would be my second video in Pacific Heights. My first video I did more in the commercial district, but today I said I want to show Billionaire's Row and show the homes that San Francisco is known for. As we see a very large home up there on top of that hill. Look at that beast. That looks like an English manor. Whew. Guys are working with some paint thinner or something. I can smell it. I mean, look at this guy's driveway, how steep it is. He's like, I don't care, we're building our house way on top of this hill. How did they even get up there before cars? Horses? Can horses go up such an incline? And that house is a lot older than, I mean, it's probably from the 1900s, but they didn't have motor carriages back then, which is what they used to call cars when they first came out. Maybe they did have some. But in fact, one of the reasons why Lombard Street became a crooked street, because Lombard Street, that area where I showed you, it was originally like straight, 27% incline straight down. And it was the cars of those days, the early cars, the Ford Model Ts and all that stuff, they just didn't have enough oomph to get up that hill. And so they changed out Lombard Street because to make it crooked and to make it windy, so that cars could actually drive up it, because it was too steep otherwise. So the original motors that were made were not super powerful like they are today. They didn't have that much torque. Doing some renovating, but once it's done, I bet you it's going to look real nice. If you have statues of lions out front of your home, you know you're doing well. This is gorgeous right here. I'd live in this house. And he's lucky because he actually has stairs that go down to the street instead of a deadly ramp, which is impossible to navigate up or down.
Next week, right? Tuesday, I think, or something like that. Yeah.
As you can see, Pacific Heights is very nice. And in fact, there's another massive staircase that this guy just walked up. Check this out. That is a nice long double staircase to get you back to the street, which I'm going to avoid for today. We'll do that some other time. Thank you everyone for joining me through this walk through Billionaire's Row in San Francisco. Make sure to click the like button and subscribe and hit those notifications. All right, we'll see you soon. Bye for now.